We'll be back from the break, and we are still streaming live on YouTube, and also we are live on GoTV channel 394, speaking business and broadcasting business 24/7. This is Business Today. All right, now moving on, we head to the agricultural sector as leaders from districts of the Rwenzori region have asked the government to expedite the implementation of the Agri-led program to improve on service delivery. The program, which was championed by General Salim Saleh in 2018, the districts were expected to receive funding of about 50 billion shillings in 3 phases for 3 years to work on their priorities to generate income for their districts and its people to fight poverty. But in vain. Goreti Kajumba in Chegwegwa reports.
The Chenjeju District Chairman, Mr. Gilbert Rubai Hayu, and his Chegegwa counterpart, John Chisoke, now say many districts roads earlier earmarked for fresh works remain in bad state.
Say Agri-led is doing work, good work, but it is slow, especially in terms of procurement processes. The projects are there and we are ready for implementation. The land is there, the roads are there, but the procurement process is taking a very, very long time. Now that one is also affecting the budgetary process. Like some of the money which was budgeted for this financial year is actually going to be returned to the center because of the procurement processes which are actually taking long. For us, we would encourage Agri-led to ensure that we do the procurement processes at the district level.
Markets, we have roads, we have processing, we have tourism, we have so many projects under Agri-led. But this is now the first among the projects that we are receiving. Coffee, we are receiving maize millers and milk coolers.
According to Grace Fatuma Kazigati from NADS, the commissioned projects in Chegegwa district cost up to 3 billion Ugandan shillings, adding that late release of funds is frustrating development projects.
The different types of equipment include milk coolers. Chegegwa is getting 4 and Chenjeju is getting 2. Chegegwa is also getting 4 milk coolers distributed in the different parts of this district, and then maize meal, 1 maize meal, for which you see the structures, but also a feed mill to process feed for different types of livestock. The total cost of this equipment, including construction of these facilities, goes to about 3 billion shillings.
Minister of Agriculture Frank Tumwebaze, while commissioning 4 milk cooler plants, a maize mill and feed mill for Chegegwa district under the Agri-led program today, said that part of the 564.39 billion allocated to his ministry in the 2022-2023 budget will address disease control in animals and plants to ensure increased productivity and yields. Government will also support large-scale farmers, focusing on high-value crops and other agriculture investments.
Target the smallholder farmers already through PDM, and even all the other previous interventions, we are targeting smallholder farmers. Seedlings, all that, we always target the smallholder farmer to join the money economy, to commercialize the small production he or she is engaged in. But we have also realized that smallholder farmers alone will not give us the aggregated production volumes we require as a country to meet national demand and also international demand. Must profile, identify, encourage and support big land owners who want to join production.
Barija Andrew, Kajumba Goreti, Smart 24.
All right, now urban centers are grappling with waste disposal, which is the biggest challenge on the domestic waste. Plastics are blocking drainage channels and affecting soil productivity. Efforts have been geared on spreading better disposal and management practices among households, but this too is becoming a challenge. Rona Nahabwe was in Jinja And these are the details she got for us in regards to domestic waste.
Now, a group of youths in Jinja industrial area, also known as the Kazinga Boys, are trying out a local solution to the problem, and that could be the latest environmental-friendly solution to plastics in urban centers. They are using plastics to manufacture pavers and bricks in a simple but a sustainable.
People collect bottles for us. We buy at 300 shillings a kilo, and after that we make what we want to make out of it. We make things like pavers, bricks, build houses out of those bottles. Yeah.
Theirs is an eco-friendly solution and an income-generating activity that could spread to more towns if tried out successfully. They are purchasing a ton of wasted plastic at 300,000 to encourage households sort plastics and keep them as a means of income. These bricks are made from plastic and sand, melted plastic to a point where it has texture good enough to be mixed with sand when it is still in that state. It is mixed with sand according to the proportion and then compressed.
The machines that we use ourselves, because we have a welding plant behind, we have this wooden, we can make a wood box and then we pile in the wood and make what we want out of it after mixing with sand. Into a liquid, after washing we burn them. We make a liquid form out of it and then mix with sand. Mix with some sand and some small cement, and then we make pavers, blocks, bricks out of that.
The enthusiastic youths look forward to building a school out of the pavers business to build capacity and spread the technology.
If you can make use of these buveras, and instead of leaving it rotting in the soil or whatever, we can make use of it. Have 10 tons of those bottles in stores somewhere in Masesa. So we have a target of at least, if we can get something like 20 tons, then we go and build a school out of that.
Speaking of innovation, right here at the Amber Court roundabout is a group of innovators that are making pavers, small blocks and other construction materials out of bottles. These are bottles that are considered to be very wasteful, but people are reaping big. 1 ton of these small bottles goes for 300,000 Ugandan shillings. Of course, the environmental conservation of the country, reduce on pollution, and of course, boost the economy. Rona Nahabwe, Smart 24 TV.
Rona Nahawe with the details to that report. Now, moving on, we head to Emyoga, as traders in Kampala markets have advised that government allocates more funding to facilitate access to credit under the Emyoga schemes to allow more people engage in productive work. Several businesses struggled after the government instituted a second COVID-19 lockdown in June 2021 for 42 days to contain the health impact of the second wave of the then pandemic. This slowed and in some cases halted business recovery from March 2020's lockdown. According to the budget, which was announced 2 days back on the 14th of June 2022, an amount of money worth 200 billion Ugandan shillings has been allocated to small-scale businesses that fall outside of Emyoga but qualify for financing from the Uganda Development Bank. In this funding, some people believe should have been added to boost the Emyoga scheme to rejuvenate businesses that are struggling to stand among the low-income category. Let's have the details to this report.
This shop you see, this is a shop for clothes. It was closed down. These people were too much affected. That government would have brought that money to people who are in the market, who suffered a lot, and so that they can beef up their business. Because now you see a shop like this one to come out when you have eaten the money for almost 1 year, you are in lockdown. Because it was 42 days. 42 days. We expect tomorrow, but tomorrow never come. People now, they are yandering, they are down completely. Even children are not going to school. We are not going to school, our children are at home. So I request that 200 billion not fall under those people.
We have seen the budget, but we have one question about the 200 million that was given to the stakeholders, and yet we, the market people, we are here, we are struggling. The market people, we are here, we are struggling. We have no income, but we expected that this money would really come to us, but we have seen it has not come to us. Our question is, why has it not been like that? So from this budget, we do not know what is going to come out of it. For us, like market people, we expected that maybe prices would come down to help us so that our business can rise. But instead, prices are so high and our businesses are coming down.
All right, now as we wind up tonight's bulletin, let's have a look at the top stories we've had tonight.
In her quest to fast-track the realization of the Sustainable Development Goals, Uganda is hosting the SDG conference at Kampala Serena Hotel. But what is Uganda's strategy on achieving a higher score on the SDGs?
The major purpose of any innovation is to solve a problem. But the question is that problem painful? Only when it's painful, that innovation will be sustainable.
The Ministry of Energy received 2 sets of budget allocation. The 904 billion that is made for the commercialization of oil and gas, and the 1.5 billion that is made for mineral development and other energy-related developments. The empirical evidence on the effect of public debt on the economic growth of Uganda remains ambiguous.
Thank you very much for being part of tonight's edition of Business Today. I've been coming to you live from plot 42 Nile Avenue. This is Smart 24 TV, driving your business. And I'm Joram Paul Sonko. You can follow me on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram at Joram Paul Sonko. Meanwhile, you can follow our social media platforms: Facebook Smart 24 TV Official, Instagram Smart 24_TV, and Twitter Smart 24 TV. Do remember to follow our social media, that is as well YouTube, and subscribe. We've been streaming live on YouTube, Smart 24 TV Live. Our website is www.smart24.tv, and we are live on GoTV channel 394. And it is a good evening and a blessed night from the entire team, the editorial, production, and the entire newsroom from Smart 24 TV. Till tomorrow, it's a good night and have a blessed evening.